We as Chelsea fans have come so far. We have just built it up to burn it all down. And I cannot understand this. I cannot fathom why we keep doing this to ourselves. We have been having the same pattern in games whereby, to put it shortly, we will score our first goal probably in the first half. Then if we're lucky, we will consider a goal and we're level by halftime. Sometimes you're able to go with the win by halftime, perhaps a 1-0 win. But as second half comes, we just lose it. I don't know what happens to us as Chelsea, but we just are not able to secure the win. 3 points just slip away from us almost every second half of the past few games. Now, during the second half, this is where most times we already have considered a goal and we end up conceding another goal, allowing the opponent to win and carry the 3 points. Despite us opening the goals, despite us starting the game winning, we end up closing the game with a loss. This is not how we are as Chelsea, and at this point I don't know what is actually going on. In terms of the injury list, it is not even looking good. We have another player that has been added. Of course, during this game we have another player that suffered an injury and had to be substituted early, and I just have a lot. I have a lot on my mind about Chelsea. I mean, there's someone who commented in the lines of that if I don't protest, I should be ashamed of myself. And as a Chelsea fan, I am starting to feel the shame. It is shameful where we are. We cannot even get a result from Aston Villa. Aston Villa were able to get a result. Now they're tailing us at 7th. We are currently 6th. So we have really lost our foot in terms of the Premier League. And Southampton, Leicester City, how will we fare against these next few games? I'm not feeling optimistic whatsoever, and I know you're not. If you are, you probably are in a different planet, but we as Chelsea fans, we are definitely not okay. Maresca, something is not going on correctly. Now, we were having this issue previously with our previous coaches, hence why we signed you. I mean, we were expecting at least top 4 regularly, but now I don't know what's going on. We are even struggling to maintain in the top 4. So guys, it's tough. It's tough being a Chelsea fan, but at least we're not Man United, and Arsenal lost too. So there's some good news to look forward to. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. Now, of course, this will be my review. I am super frustrated in terms of Chelsea. What the hell are we doing? What in the Lord's name is going on in Chelsea? If Maresca is feeling too comfortable, we have to do something about it. And I'm not for Maresca must go now, but we need to see results. We need to improve. We are only participating in the Conference League and the Premier League. So what is our excuse? Of course, our injury list is extensive. We have given players out on loan, and I think this might come back to bite us in the future. So I am feeling not too confident about where Chelsea is. And this is my review. So against Aston Villa, all roads were headed to Villa Park, where we had a very interesting squad that was in the starting 11. I have to say, very opposite from what I predicted. I think half of my prediction was on point, but in terms of this game, definitely they lowered the expectation as Chelsea. As I mentioned, the next 3 points, the next few games are quite important. We are almost towards the end of the season, and we should be able to finish as high as possible. We can't even... Nottingham Forest are having the time of their lives. I mean, we have Arsenal at 2nd, Man City, of course, now are at 4th, Bournemouth at 5th, we are at 6th, of course, Aston Villa at 7th, and I feel like we can do better. Something is not right. We all have to agree. It's an interesting starting lineup with a 4-2-3-1 formation is what Maresca decided to go with, same as me. Now, instead of Sanchez, he had Jorgensen in goal. Then in terms of the back four, we had Trevor Chalobah, Levi Colwill, Malagusto, and Rhys James. Then in terms of the midfield, we had Enzo Fernandez and we had Mose Caicedo. Then in terms of the forwards, we had... Now, this is where we had a switch up in terms of the players. Now, we had Nkunku switching the role of Pedro Neto. Now, Pedro Neto played as the number 9 for this game. So we had Nkunku, Cole Palmer, and Jadon Sancho. Then up front, we had Pedro Neto. Now, in terms of the first half, I would say we started off the game well. We had great possession. We had a fair amount of attempts, although our final third again is what is eating us up. But not to fret, in terms of the first half, we had Pedro Neto coming in with the assist and the goal from Enzo Fernandez, giving us the lead and of course boosting our confidence in terms of how the game was going. I mean, we were away and we were leading, so I was feeling quite confident. But as I mentioned, this has been our pattern for the past few games, and I don't know why this keeps happening. Is it that we get too overconfident once we score a goal, or we just lack confidence thereof in terms of the game as it progresses? So in terms of this game, first half, we scored a goal with Enzo Fernandez having his first goal of the year. But then again, this was where our happiness ended. This was where our glory ended in terms of this game. We fell short in terms of the second half. Of course, as I mentioned, in terms of the first half, we had Tosin Adarabioyo coming in place of Trevor Chalobah, who sustained an injury. So we have Trevor added to the injured players, and it just cannot get any worse than this. And as Chelsea, we can do better. I mean, we have done it in the past, so it's not something that is unattainable or unreachable. We can be able to do it. So in terms of the second half, now this was where I would say the game finished. Coming on to the second half, now we have Aston Villa. They signed loanees in terms of the January transfer window, and these were the players that were going to shine in this game. I mean, we had Marcus Rashford and Asensio having the first goal. Of course, Rashford with the assist, Asensio with the goal, and of course Asensio added the second goal. He would have gotten a hat-trick if there was more time, if you ask me, but it is what it is. We just made Marcus Rashford look like he's a baller. I know he's not been having his best days in Man United. I mean, they had the reconciliation with Jadon Sancho in this game, but I would say it was just a poor game from Chelsea overall. We can do better. We have done better. I just don't fathom what's going on. We cannot even sustain the top four, guys. We need help. We need an intervention as Chelsea. Maresca, as I thought Maresca would be doing better, but in terms of the losses, they're just too many back to back. I mean, yes, I know Arsenal had its loss, and of course we have Liverpool versus Man City today. I'm excited for that game, but overall as Chelsea, we just we can do better. We definitely can do better, and this is not it. I mean, I predicted a 2-1 win. No, I think I predicted a 2-0 win for Chelsea, hoping we'd keep a clean sheet this time, but that was not the case. Aston Villa gave us a 2-1 win, and yeah, I think at this point I'm jinxing it. Every time I predict for our team to get a 2-0 or 2-1 win, we always end up having the reversal of the score. So I don't know, perhaps next time I'm predicting I'll definitely give Chelsea the lower score in hopes that we'll score, because at this point I think that's the voodoo that will work, if there's anything like voodoo. Anyway guys, in terms of Arsenal did lose their game to West Ham with a 1-0 loss. And of course, we have Man United that were losing their game to Everton with a 2-0 score by halftime, but by full time it was a 2-2 draw. And if we're thinking we're having bad days, let us just look at Man United. And I think we'll have a couple of days that we're feeling good about ourselves, because Man United, yo, talk about glory, Man United. Anyway guys, that was my content. As I mentioned, we as Chelsea are just playing beneath ourselves. We have lowered the bar so low, we are not able to even see a shadow of what used to be our team. We are struggling and we need an intervention. Maresca needs to go back to the drawing board. Of course, he mentioned something about talking to all the staff, but do whatever it takes. We need to get back to who we are. We need to get back results. We need to get in more wins. We need to get back to winning Chelsea, because this is utter bullshit and we cannot accept it as fans. We can do better, and we just let us emulate the Chelsea women team. I mean, even the youth are doing better at this point. So once again, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.